Working on it.
Alrighty. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lines to Royal Call. It is now Monday, July 13th. Can't believe it's July, but it's so wonderful to see all your beautiful faces. Everyone, good morning. Good morning. So today is our mentoring call. We have a bunch of mentees on. Good morning, Yoko, Nancy, Karen. Carla. I was like, who else is on that typically isn't on? But anyway, welcome. We're glad you're here. We are here to answer any questions. Who would like to start? If you have something on your mind that you'd like to hear from us, we welcome you to unmute and ask away. Or if not, do you have something, Carla, Karen, or Nancy? Yoko, anything? Okay, go ahead. Nancy, go ahead.
Yeah, good, because it said it wasn't working.
I can hear you.
Okay, I just came up with words to send out to people I was following up with today to incentivize them to take advantage of the 25% off, locking it in for the next year. And I'm going to read this to you and just, what are you saying about the just words, the sale items that I said this month? I said, for your information, this month, anyone can lock in 25% discount for 1 year when they initiate an auto ship for any of our nutrition. And then I went on with what I suggested she get. So is it just, do you have any other words, any juicy things that kind of make them go, whoa, I don't want to miss out?
I think Yoko wants to, go ahead, Yoko. I hear you. I saw your mouth moving, just couldn't hear you.
I just wanted to mention, Nancy, whenever nutrition adds skin and hair.
Add the words, in addition to nutrition, add skin and hair.
I just say consumables, because doesn't it include all the skincare too?
It probably does, but do they know that we have that? Because many times people are surprised. They're like, oh, I didn't know you had stuff for the face and the hair.
So well, I guess they need to know. So I thought if you just put consumables, then you could put in parentheses includes nutrition, skin. And
well, that's just more words.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Also, part of that, I consider filters consumables, and they're not the 25%. So
that's true.
Sometimes I'm afraid to say consumables because, somebody will say, well, I tried my filter and it wasn't, 25% off. So
that's a good point. Oops, sorry. So the only thing, so Nancy, is this email going to an existing customer or you're actually specifically going to people that don't have auto ship? Because that's what it's saying, right, at the beginning.
Right. She actually is a caregiver at a assisted living place, and I had demonstrated, and just talking to her about my mother, demonstrated the shoe inserts, and just standing there, her feet stopped hurting. And so it's been months, but they now have, she and her husband wear the shoe inserts. And she's saying, oh my goodness, I've also noted this has happened and this has helped me. And so I was just following up with her because she has ordered shoe inserts that will replace the ones I had that they are wearing. And I just wanted to kind of move her along. I'm telling her about the water, but then I thought, well, it's really more urgent. It's very urgent to use water, but anyway, the sale items on the nutrition. So I said, I don't think I even gave her the option, but I said, I'll be sending you an audio to listen to the benefits of Jade Green, that, and Kenzen Vital Balance of PDF. And I showed it to David, she gave me a thumbs up, and I thought, yay, that's positive.
Yeah, so I think that's great. And then from that email, you can tweak your first paragraph, first few sentences, and change it for your customers that are already existing. Yeah. Right? So the body will still be the same, but your first two sentences will change to say, well, because you're a loyal customer, want to make you aware that you are grandfathered in, even though Nikan will be making changes August 1st. But because you're a loyal customer, you'll be grandfathered in for 1 year at this special price of 25% off your auto ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can change the first two sentences and then, So once you have the body right, you just change the first two sentences. I'm good with that first two sentences you had for a new customer that doesn't have an auto ship. Right. Anybody else want to give feedback?
What do you think about me going ahead and just when I when I send that out, just saying, you know, here is the audio and here is the PDF, but that's kind of pushing information on them that they have not kind of given me permission to send. I'm just caring for them and offering benefit, and then it's kind of that ping pong thing. So what do y'all think? Include it or don't? What's the consensus?
Mixed feeling. Go ahead, Yoko.
I include videos only because I mean, I wish I knew what headquarters is sending to our customers. I still don't know. In other words, they're sending stuff with videos and they're like 2 minutes, and I think it's awesome. I think they're sending that. I'm not sure because they're what do you call it? Their ads for us show it, so I am assuming that that's what they show it for the customers.
Did you give any feedback? I gave feedback to Niken saying that it would be I would so appreciate and be so beneficial if they would have someplace on the home page for us to see what our customers are getting. So the customers aren't going, oh my gosh, here's the same thing again. I don't even want to get all this stuff, you know?
Can I recommend something? I did this some time ago. I created a customer and set up an email address that was separate from the one I always use. And I get mailed as though I'm a customer in that account. Then I can see what my customers see. And it's kind of eye-opening. Sometimes they give the customer more information than the customer should get. But it's just nice to know.
So having that, Wes, did you get anything for the July changes? Did you get anything?
I did.
Because I've had 2 customers that said they didn't get anything because I was calling them to say, I'm not sure if you know already. And they're like, no, I don't know. And I told them about the auto ship. And then so we as consultants did get an email that gave us all, and that's everything that's on your incentive and use tab in the back office, pretty much. But 2 of my customers have already said they did not receive anything. Now maybe they didn't look.
I can tell you what I got. It says, the title of the email is Great Deals for July. It says, July is here. We're offering an incentive to reactivate lapsed auto ships or add to existing auto ships. For the entire month of July, you'll be able to purchase the Kenko C, the Kenko Ground, the Kenko Touch at 20% discount. Then they go into what the auto ship enhancement program is. The challenge that I have with this is I don't think customers quite understand the Niken's terminology for things. And, you know, you're going to receive 100 NRPs in the 7th month. Come on, my customers, what are they going to do with that?
That's an incentive for my customers. They're thrilled to get 100 NRPs.
Well,
because that means free products.
But, well, they don't really know that. You and I know what an NRP is.
So that's part of the follow-up.
Yeah, that's part of the follow-up.
Well, it's nice to see what the customers are getting handed so that you can actually deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I recommend.
That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else that has a question? Yoko, you're muted.
Okay, so then Wes, then do you get 1 email a month or like, I mean, then first of all, let me go backwards. So if I start up a customer, do I have to order every month in order for me to get the email?
No, I don't order anything. That customer, my customer, me, does not order anything, but I get the emails. And so I'll tell you what the dates are on these. And there was one from March 2nd, March 13th, another one March 13th, March 17th, 23. The next one was May 1st, June 1st, June 27th, July 1. It's a little bit random. It depends on what they're promoting. You know, for example, in June it was the The topic was Kenzen Total Vegan Drink Mix. In May 1st, it was Super Siaga and Kenzen Vital Balance are now better than ever. There were updates on coronavirus.
Well, I'm glad that they're sending information to our customers. That's good news.
Letter from the CEO mid-March. Update on lactoferrin and immunity. Yeah, so they do keep, you know, they send out pretty good information. I have seen in the past though where they have shown a sale and they showed what the customer price was and what the consultant price was.
No, I think they're getting wiser now. We've mentioned it to Ruben a few times now. Please don't send that information. So hopefully going forward, that will be better. Yeah. So you're right. That doesn't serve us when you give your customers the wholesale price also, the consultant price. Alrighty, go ahead, Nancy. Unmute yourself.
Has anyone heard? I called Niken and said I had heard the rumor that there was going to be a retrofitting of the air filter. I said, is that true? And this was about a month or more ago. And she said, that is true. She said the COVID thing has actually slowed all of that down. So have any of you heard anything else? Because I have 3 people and a person I did not even know north of Dallas contacted me on Saturday and said, I was about to order. I went online. He said, oh, he has had many different consultants, but he said, no one has followed up with me. It's exactly what Ruben has shared, or maybe Luis, about you got to follow up with your customers. And I said, well, where'd you get my name? He said, on the internet. Sue, I hate to say it, I have no idea where he saw my name on the internet, but I am so thrilled. He called, and so now he is my active customer, but he needs an air filter. So have any of you heard anything?
Wait, so he needs a new air filter or a filter replacement?
He needs the filter replacement for the original. And so all I knew is that Niken said they were working on it.
I'm not aware of that. I'm pretty sure that Generation 1 and Generation 2, they are not going to sell replacements. They're not retrofitting it. Go ahead, Madeline.
I had to ship 2 of my new orders back because the red light wouldn't go off and it was on high all the time. I have another one en route back again for the 2nd time. And so in talking to Nancy, and I don't know whether Nancy and whether she's in the repair department or quality control or whatever, she did say that rumor is true and that they don't know when they'll be available, but both the Power, the first one and the second one, the Pro 5 and the first one.
Wow.
And so I did let a couple of my former distributors that had the old ones that were very upset. I let them know, don't get rid of it, because you can get, for the Pro 5, there is a cheaper one on Amazon, but it's like half as thick, $39. But you can order one through Amazon that'll fit in the second one, the Pro 5. I don't know about the original one.
Oh, so you talked to Nancy last week?
I talked to her last week because I'm en route now she's shipping that one back and I have to ship this one back again.
So before you ship it, I talked to, on Friday, I talked to Jane Shima, and she's the supervisor, and she was going to confirm with Nancy, but they just found out at corporate on Thursday evening that red light is not a defect and there are ways to take care of that. So Karen Williams was going to ship one back and she did not, and now hers works. So
when did they ship? They changed a part. She told me they changed a part. But
it's very the center, where the grid is, right, is where you're seeing the red light, and that, yes. So it's very sensitive, and so they probably will go back to change it back to the way it was. I'm thinking if they get a lot of these returns, but right now, so I will share. Karen, do you want to share what you did?
Yeah. What I did is you have the grid on there, the grid button, that's actually called the reset button also. Okay.
We've been through that. Nancy did that with
Right. Just let her finish what she's saying, Madeline.
Right.
Okay. So I pushed that, I reset it, and then I let it run it was running for several hours, but I wasn't watching it. But I checked it I happened to walk past it and I looked at it and I went, oh my gosh, it's blue. But if you reset it right away, it's going to go right to red. You have to let it run for quite a while before it will turn to blue. It's just more sensitive, that's all. And it was
Yeah.
standing about 2 feet away from my other Kinkaware. So
Right, and I think
it
that
really-
helped also. Yeah, I think that helped also. So if you're putting in a room that doesn't have a Kinko air in it, obviously because it's a brand new unit.
Actually,
Yeah.
I had them next to one another for 3 days, and one was blue and one was red. I took the pictures to send them into them, so that's why they just said to ship them back.
Yeah.
That may be why I haven't gotten the other one back yet.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, they recognize the problem, but Jane Shima said to me they found out on Thursday night because I spoke to her Friday, and Nancy's not in on Fridays. So she's like, well, we'll talk to Nancy. So, but Karen's works now, so we're not going to send that one in. Yeah, but that's really good news, Madeline, to share about the retrofitting of Generation 1 and 2. That's really interesting. So,
I had heard that also from Vance a while ago about the Power 5 that they were
that's a
working.
Generation 1.
Yeah.
Tell me about the end of the month.
Alrighty, it's a good thing we're on this call. So we find out this information. Okay, we have about 15 minutes left. Anybody else that is here as a mentee would like to ask us a question that we can give you feedback on? Nancy, you're good with question on your email, right? Nancy, are you good with, do you have any more questions on that email that you were sending out to your customers?
What? No.
You're good.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, sure. Anybody else have a question that you want? So how about, what are you guys doing? Those of you that are sharing, I know Barb Satterwhite has sent out an email to all her customers. Anybody doing, I'm doing calls. We have auto ship, but I'm only calling those I think that might change their auto ship. Those that never change, I'm not actually even, I'm going to get to them, but they're not top of my priority for this week. You're calling, Ron? Okay, cool. It's a lot more work, I think, but we need to let them know, right? Because you don't want them to cancel and then start a new one like, oh, what happened to the discount? That would not be cool.
I'm calling my people too. Just because the personal touch, they seem to appreciate a little more than, because not everybody reads their emails.
Yeah. I'm actually sending out text messages, and it's those are the ones that I'm kind of constantly in contact with. I do have a list for calling. Emails, I don't even see my emails. Oh my.
Really?
Well, some of my people are elderly and they don't even have a computer or have email, or I mean a cell phone. They have a tablet, they can receive emails, but they don't have a cell phone and they don't know how to text. So those are the ones I'm always in touch with personally.
Well, the good thing is you know who they are. So that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've also been calling the people that have turned the email off so that corporate will not send a lot of emails to them. So I've gone and checked that list, and then those are the people I call and say, hey, just checking in.
So Mary, how do you do that? You create your you go to your customer report, and then is there a column that you can pick off with it? Can you run the report that says they've unchecked that mark, or you have to go into each individual?
I just look for the ones that the email is not there.
Oh, I see what you're
The
saying.
envelope is missing.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I
I
forget.
do the same thing, Mary.
Sorry.
Yeah, because some people forget that they unchecked it a long time ago. And so anyway, they appreciate.
I don't remember how I see it, but there is a list of the people who have said, no, do not send emails. So I can't remember, but I see that. Sorry.
Ron is hearing some feedback. So if you're not speaking, could you please mute your line? Thank you. Okay, anybody else that has a question that would like feedback from us? There we go. Thank you, Carla. Anybody else?
Good morning. As a mentee, we have a consultant who's been purchasing sporadically for 2.5 years. She has seen great differences using some of the products, and now she's on fire and wants to do consultant level interactions with people. We just had our second Zoom meeting with her on yesterday, and she sent out 35 things, so she's really interested. Wonderful opportunity / problem. She wants to tell us how to train her. She told us to have the meeting yesterday and instructed us how to do it. And in the meeting, she wants to lead with the product and said, this is, when she introduced us, it was fine. But she said, and now they're going to share with you the 5 areas of Nikken so that you can know with what's wrong with your body, what to get. That kind of leading. So we've got a wonderful, and we've got to help.
Okay, anybody? We've all been there. People that are so excited, they want to run the show.
Good luck. It sounds like a wrestling match. I think you just need to edify her and let her know that you appreciate her enthusiasm and excitement. And if you keep doing this, sooner or later, she'll probably get the message. She should shut up and let you do your thing.
The other thing you might be able to do, Sandra, is contact someone like Ben Woodward. Ben has such a calming presentation, and he may be able to get through to her, keep the enthusiasm, but direct it in a different way. So maybe set up a 3-way with Ben and give that a try, because he is very, very calm and direct. Just a suggestion.
Thank you. I'm taking all that you guys say. It's nice to hear that you've all been there.
But congratulations on having an enthusiastic participant.
And she's
Absolutely.
she's really gung-ho, because she said, and she kept telling the people yesterday, she said, I've seen the results on my body. This stuff works, and I just want you to know about it. So what conditions, what do you got going on that you need to have corrected? And then the lady that responded began to talk about her bronchitis / asthma. And I'm thinking, we want to talk about better health overall and get away from diagnoses. And so I am taking notes on what you tell me to do. I can follow instructions. We can follow instructions.
I think it's just getting back to her and just telling her, love your enthusiasm, but just remember, we can't make medical claims. And you could teach her different things to say, right? So we can't say blood pressure or whatever. You can't say the word pain. Just give her some guidelines here and there, but don't give a huge list for starters. Just a few things, right? So I think, go ahead, Karen.
Like the call Vance had on Saturday morning.
Yes, and I was going to comment on that, Sandra. If you go to the policies and procedures, page 7, it talks about making medical claims and making wealth claims. And it's all written, the guidelines are written there. Now that's kind of a little bit technical. It's kind of legalese, but she's going to have to get used to the policies and procedures anyway. But there's also a document in the back office in the document library that gives specific examples. It's a 1-page document. It's very easy to follow. And there's actually a grid about 2/3 of the way down that gives bad example and good example of what we should not say and what we can say. And what I did is I printed it out. You might consider printing it out for her and putting a note on there in document library so that she's getting used to using the document library, and hand the paper to her so that she can see it. This is all part of, and you're probably familiar with this, with learning styles. Okay, so you'll probably be hitting her learning styles by doing that so that it goes into long-term memory for her.
And also on the ladies leading ladies, the contacting and inviting, the documents and how to use the balance wheel, and suggest that she watch those, but also sit down with her with the balance wheel, because it's not just about all areas of the body. It's about the humans being more, development, everything that we know. So just expanding a little bit on it in your mentoring with her, that it's which one of the pillars are they most interested in? And it may not be the body. Family and society is whatever people are really interested in. So when we do get excited, so just what lessons that we've learned, and do some other ABCs with the people that are here. And on your teams, the wonderful sessions that you guys do, that introduce her to those, and there's all these people and the lessons that we've learned. That that one saying of, this is what, how do we say it, found, feel, and felt, and I felt the same way, and this is what I found out, and whatever, using those terms, and that we've all been there, and with the enthusiasm and the response of the people, it's a perfect time to just introduce her to some of us and some of what we have available.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
other thing, Sandra, I would say is role play. Have her role play, and then also listen to some people doing explaining their testimonials, and have her listen if she's got the policies that Karen was talking about on one hand, and then listen to what she's seeing on a video. Are the examples out there? How are they saying that? How are they not using that P word? How are they not using, certain other words that we have to avoid? And then role playing practice. I can remember practicing ABCs and role playing some of those kinds of things that you have to say.
Great.
That's a good point, Mary, because some people are more visual learners than audio learners. And so if they can see it, it tends to make more of an impact if in particular they're a visual learner.
Going just further with that, Barbara, is we remember only a small portion of what we read, a small portion of what we see, but if we do it, we remember more. And so it's our actions and our behaviors that have to change. And if you're changing a behavior, you've got to rehearse it. So the more, and even have her record herself talking about her own testimonial. I know we're laughing. Sandra and I are on the team that does these things. We're laughing. And Barb's not on right now. She's traveling, but Barb is such a taskmaster. And, we have to get those we have to get it down to 15 seconds. And if it's not 15 seconds, we hear about it. So, and we have to hit the mark. What do this is the issue. This is what I did. This is how I felt. Boom, 15 seconds. So, but practicing that does help.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Thanks, Madeline. I have a request of somebody, if there's anybody around. I'm working with Tyra, and one of the things I offered to help her, because I love what she's doing in pulling everybody together. And so I volunteered to do a spreadsheet to keep track of everybody's names, phone numbers, locations. Madeline, you know about this. And some other information, so that we can pull it out. Birthdays, so that we can wish each other a happy birthday if we're not connected on Facebook. But it's a little bit more comprehensive than what I can do on a spreadsheet. And I'm wondering if there's somebody who is well-versed in spreadsheets that would offer to help me learn how to do this, so that I can do it for Tyra.
Mrs. Kramer already has one started, so you may contact her.
Okay, thank you. I will.
Wyndham, and she's pretty proficient with spreadsheets and social media. She really is. She's a pleasure to enjoy her.
Thanks. I will talk to her about that.
What the comment that I was going to make is in relation to the sizzle calls. And I personally have a concern because I think a lot of the sizzle calls are very diagnosis oriented. So they're short, they're sweet, they're, you know, a lot of duct tape, this, that, and the other. But the practice, if that's what we're practicing, then we have to unlearn that, you know, and all of the excitement around product stories. I think that's a place to begin. And when I mentioned that to Tyra, actually, she said, well, then you need to talk to a couple of the Royal Diamonds. And I said, I already have, but they're dead ears, you know. So all of us that are on there, when we're helping on those, we really, I think we need to be helping to educate how those stories are shared.
That's a great point, Madeline. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
I know, I clicked the other thing out.
Go ahead, Al, did you want something? Add something?
No.
now she's telling me to be quiet.
No, I did something on the computer, and he was instructing me on what to do with that.
No worries. Okay, well, it is time. Could you stop record for a minute, Heather? Thanks.